Welcome to Golden Stars Now. Ever wonder where the men who captivated millions in the 1980s and 90s are today? Hollywood's golden era gifted us a breathtaking world of heartthrobs. There were elegant gentlemen whose intellectual charm made hearts flutter, and bad boys whose rebellious, rugged gaze made countless fans instantly swoon. And of course, the action icons, with their sculpted, athletic bodies and chiseled faces, became unforgettable heroes. They were the definition of perfection. Let's reopen the time capsule, revisit these iconic heartthrobs, and see their transformation then versus now. Colin Firth's stern, aristocratic elegance, warm voice, and restrained charm made him the ultimate British gentleman heartthrob. Pride and Prejudice turned Mr. Darcy into a global romantic fantasy, while The King's Speech confirmed his dramatic stature for a new generation. Now 65, he remains active in film, helped launch Eco-Age, and continues supporting Indigenous rights through Survival International. Scott Bakula's warm face, honest eyes, and upright, gentlemanly presence made him the kind of television heartthrob viewers trusted instantly. Quantum Leap turned Sam Beckett into a symbol of decency and hope, while Star Trek Enterprise deepened his heroic appeal. Now 71, he remains active on stage and on screen, returning to theater while keeping his family-first, low-key Hollywood image. Bruce Boxleitner's tall frame, rugged good looks, and calm American masculinity made him a classic television gentleman of the 1980s. Scarecrow and Mrs. King showed his romantic charm, while Babylon 5 secured his sci-fi hero status. Now 76, he remains active through screen appearances, conventions, writing science fiction novels, and long-standing enthusiasm for space education and exploration. Matthew Broderick's boyish face, bright smile, and forever young charm made him the sweet, clever heartthrob audiences wanted to follow anywhere. Ferris Bueller's Day Off became his defining classic, while Broadway kept revealing his sharp comic timing. Now 64, he remains active today on stage and on screen, tied closely to New York theater life and his enduring, long-time Manhattan home. Richard Gere's silver-streaked elegance, soulful eyes, and effortless gentlemanly charm made him the polished dream man of the 1980s and 1990s. Pretty Woman turned his tailored confidence into romantic movie history, while An Officer and a Gentleman first sealed his leading man appeal. Now 76, he remains active in selective projects and humanitarian causes, especially Tibetan rights, homelessness, and Buddhist-inspired compassion. Hugh Grant's shy smile, floppy hair, and polished, royal-sounding voice made him the charmingly awkward prince of the 1990s romantic comedy. Four Weddings and a Funeral made him an international heartthrob, while Notting Hill kept that magic alive for millions. Now 65, he remains active on screen and continues campaigning with Hacked Off for privacy, press accountability, and victims of media abuse. Carrie Elwes's blonde hair, princely smirk, and fairy tale elegance made him look as if he had stepped straight from a storybook romance. The Princess Bride turned Wesley into a beloved screen dream, while As You Wish later celebrated that magic in memoir form. Now 63, he remains active in film and television, living in California and supporting environmental-minded causes. Rupert Everett's aristocratic beauty, languid elegance, and romantic British wit made him a sophisticated heartthrob with a rebellious edge. My Best Friend's Wedding made George Downes unforgettable, while An Ideal Husband polished his screen charm further. Now 67, he remains active in film and television, continues writing memoirs and screenplays, and carries the reflective confidence of a survivor. Noah Wile's boyish intelligence, gentle smile, and sincere Dr. Next-Door appeal made him one of television's most beloved 1990s heartthrobs. turned Dr. John Carter into a fan favorite, while The Red Line has brought him powerful new acclaim. Now 55, he remains active as an actor, producer, and writer, balancing renewed success with a devoted family life. Johnny Depp's dreamy dark eyes, tousled beauty, and eccentric, almost ghostly romanticism made him the ultimate offbeat heartthrob of the 1990s. Edward Scissorhands turned his haunting tenderness into movie poetry, while Pirates of the Caribbean later made him a global pop culture phenomenon. Now 63, he remains active through selective acting projects and music, touring again with Hollywood Vampires in 2026. Keanu Reeves' mixed heritage beauty, soulful eyes, and quiet kindness gave him a rare, almost spiritual magnetism on screen. Speed made him America's action dream boy, while The Matrix turned him into a cyber-era icon. Now 61, he remains active in film, co-runs Arch Motorcycle, explores design through visionaries, and keeps his generous, humble public image remarkably intact in Hollywood. George Clooney's salt and pepper elegance, bedroom eyes, and effortless wit made him the modern definition of timeless male charm. Launched him as television's smoothest heartthrob, while Ocean's 11 sealed his movie star cool for generations. Now 65, he remains active as an actor, director, producer, and Broadway performer, while leading human rights work through the Clooney Foundation for Justice worldwide today. Denzel Washington's commanding handsomeness, calm confidence, and deeply masculine grace made him both a heartthrob and a powerhouse of American acting. Malcolm X revealed his monumental intensity, while Training Day showed his fearless range. Now 71, he remains active on stage and on screen, mentoring younger artists and supporting youth through the Boys and Girls Clubs of America nationwide today. Christian Bale's razor-sharp features, intense gaze, and famously shape-shifting physique made him a different kind of heartthrob, mysterious, disciplined, and unpredictable. He's shown as Laurie in Little Women, then built a fearless career through American Psycho and The Fighter. Now 52, he remains active in film, while quietly supporting environmental causes, including Greenpeace and WWF from Los Angeles. Matt Damon's friendly, all-American good looks, warm smile, and approachable charm made him one of the most beloved heartthrobs of the late 1990s. Good Will Hunting turned him into a major star and Oscar-winning writer, proving his talent matched his appeal. Now 55, he remains active in film while co-leading Water.org, bringing clean water and sanitation to communities in need. Ben Affleck's towering presence, square jaw, and rugged masculine charisma gave him the image of a classic Hollywood leading man. Armageddon made him a worldwide heartthrob, while Argo later confirmed his strength as both actor and director. Now 53, he remains active on both sides of the camera and continues supporting the Eastern Congo Initiative, helping locally led development in Congo today. Ethan Hawke's lean, artistic face, soulful eyes, and poetic bohemian charm made him a thinking woman's heartthrob of the 1990s. Before Sunrise captured that restless romantic energy and turned him into an indie cinema icon. Now 55, he remains active as an actor, novelist, and director, with works like The Hot Estate and The Quieter Life in Brooklyn. Jude Law's classic British beauty, hypnotic green eyes, and effortless elegance made him one of the most striking heartthrobs of his generation. The talented Mr. Ripley revealed his dangerous charm, while The Holiday kept him beloved by mainstream audiences. Now 53, he remains active in film and television, while supporting children's theater charity Only Make Believe and global peace campaigns. Ewan McGregor's free-spirited romantic beauty, restless eyes, and rebellious Scottish charisma made him one of Britain's most magnetic 1990s talents. Trainspotting gave his wild energy a defining edge, while Moulin Rouge later revealed his sweeping musical charm. Now 65, he remains active in film and television, supports UNICEF UK, and continues exploring the world through his beloved long-way adventures. Viggo Mortensen's rugged beauty, weathered calm, and soulful artistic depth gave him a mysterious magnetism long before worldwide fame. The Lord of the Rings turned Aragorn into a global ideal of courage, while A History of Violence proved his quiet intensity. Now 67, he remains active as an actor, director, poet, painter, musician, and careful publisher through Percival Press.